Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're doing another episode in our Total War Warhammer Mortal Empire's Queek campaign. Let's go ahead and get going here. Alright, so Two Kings declared war on us last episode. We gotta kill these guys. Now we are gonna get some food off of this probably. Let's massacre. Much. Nice, yes, delightful. Lots of delicious food.
Enslave, we master owner.
I think we have to go with
things. Tell all Queek comes. Release slaves for match.
Help hit a tenant. So I think I have 2 of those in reserve right now.
Soon.
Okay, so I have 2 points left. So what are the best uses of these 2 points? Gutter runners, night runners, death runners. I mean, these 2 seem like obvious choices. Warpstone weapon may actually be pretty legit though. For the magic damage to bypass physical resist. Because I'm not going to be able to get any magic damage. Because I have this Dwarf Gouger, which doesn't do magic damage, so... Yeah, I think the best thing right now is to get Warpstone Weapon and mutagenic elixirs. Oh, that applies to plague monks also. I didn't realize that. That's actually really nice for plague monks then. Extra 15% physical resist and armor. Yeah, I think that's definitely where we want to be. We'll go with this one first though, and then we'll get that as our last one.
Should kill when get chance.
That'd be really nice for dealing with Tomb Guard with the constructs.
Untrusted worm.
Definitely be a bit more of an issue. Precise. Yeah.
8 feet is mine. Set tails to scatter march.
I don't know if I can make that jump over there. I probably can.
Move.
Jump. I think jumping from here to here makes sense. I love using the underway, by the way. Alright, might as well tax it, 'cause we're getting rebellion anyways. Okay, hopefully we can hold out before stuff gets bad over here. Alright, finished up all this stuff. We cannot build that yet. We don't need the weapons barrow right now. We need to go towards construction. How expensive is this? It's only 2,500. I can afford that without the discount. Grab that. This is nice. We don't need that though until, you know, kind of late in the game. Extra +1 experience is definitely relevant. But I guess I shouldn't have gotten rid of that probably. Because I can't even afford to build a weapons barrow right now. I mean, maybe I can. But I definitely want to wait on the... It's only 4,000. I guess I can. But I need to wait on the discount before I do that, for sure.
This is dark omen. We are brave, mighty.
Seriously, they're not going to let me... should be able to jump that, I think, right? Yeah, I can jump this. So I go right here, will I be able to jump this, though? Won't let me jump here. It's about as far as here. It's difficult to say. I mean, the safe money would just jump right here, probably.
Rell wakens.
I've got to scout him, I think, and just see like where he is and what he's doing.
Scary, forward. Sneak, scary.
He's at war with a lot of people, right? Yeah, he's really busy. Now, that might actually be one reason why I want to be military allies with this guy, is so that I get the vision, because, let's be real, I'm not going to kill him, probably.
Whom King by Leech's advisors bid that we should make amends.
For money?
Stop this!
I don't want to do it for money. No, that's too much money.
I assent.
Now they're not going to let me do military, I don't think. They don't do 2 trees in one turn, so we'll have to wait till next turn. But that'll give me vision of his property, which is what I want. Then I can see, sort of, have a little bit more vision of him right here. I'm still going to have to pop over here. So we might as well take this. I don't know. We're going to have to... There's no way this army could beat a serious Tomb King's army. I don't know what we're going to have to do, honestly. It's a decent supporting army, but...
Where shadow, horned rat.
I mean, if they don't have anything over here to protect this, I could take it. I don't see anything. I mean, I can beat a dinky little army with this.
Now we dig. This way.
I can't recruit, which is okay. I mean, it'd be nice to grab a couple of Skaven slaves or something here, but...
Ready to kill.
This might be a fool's errand to step into the eye of the tiger here, but... I'm gonna think that a lot of his armies are probably on this border or over here. Got public order. I mean, that place should be fine. That's all good. That's all good. Next turn, I think I can afford to build a weapons burrow here. Build it back. Iron. And then first jungle, can't build that yet.
Rats are not content.
Let me go ahead and get rid of this Warren here. So we're gonna get to the tier 3 soon enough over here. Getting rid of that so I can get public order and the medicinal herbs next turn there. Okay, so that should be all good. Well, I mean, I don't need to upgrade this yet. We don't have the money for it. I mean, if greenskins go hostile also and like pop over this wall, we're gonna be in big trouble. But what is the tech we're getting? Okay, nice. Catapults, cannons, doom wheels, all this stuff gets extra. Twist beyond recognition. It's actually pretty nice upkeep reduction. And 25% ammo. We might... That's pretty good for 8. I'm pretty sure I have all of the...
Keep Gracia scum
let
away.
me make sure that... I'm pretty sure look, these guys all have health hit. Attendant. If I get a new lord, I'll be able to get 20% extra.
Chieftains to me.
I mean, I haven't done the math on it. There might be a scenario where it's hiring another lord and just load him up with Skaven slaves, just have him go around raiding for food. And just so you can put help hit attendants and like heroes and stuff with him and level them up. Like, maybe there's a world where that's okay, where that's optimal.
Stench of others too strong.
Now, I don't have enough gold to do that right now, but that is something I could see being a thing, where you just run around and raid. But the problem, like, at lower difficulties, I think that's definitely an option. But at this difficulty, on Legendary, the problem is you get an extra 15% cost on everything, including your other armies. Like, so Queek would get 15% more cost, and my second army would get 15% more cost for hiring that third army. So it definitely would not make financial sense to do that on Legendary. Although, you know, for the food, it's going to cost you 1 extra food too to have that army going. So you would only be netting 2 food. So yeah, probably not. I mean, they try to make it where you can't really game it that easily. Where was that wall? Okay, far up north. Alright. Is this army pretty junky? No. I can make a pop over here. Just getting as close to the road and out of the jungle as I can, I feel like is the move. Okay, cursed jungle. Herbs, Master. We're about to get a little bit more food. Tekwa. Probably get rid of some the eating here now that we have this. That'll give us more money. Need to scout. Make sure we're not walking into a trap over here.
I say move.
I have a crazy garrison there. I'm not ripping that out of them anytime soon.
Most masterful of masters.
New Moss is up there. Okay. We'll take out New Moss here.
Must spread our own corruption.
Yeah, I mean, this looks doable. I just hold this, don't tax it, and just throw down a putrid rice bog for 4 food. Seems legit.
All tales are
Now, why can't I go around this? I guess my movement's just so awful in the desert. There's this little thing here.
Clan assassinating.
And we're kind of playing with fire here. These guys are really dangerous.
I rule everything.
But they are getting attacked from all sides right now. They don't have a ton of property, though. They only have these 6, so they probably have, like, 2 primetime armies, maybe 3, and they're going to be somewhere around here. It's just a question of where are they. I think they're probably, like, fighting on this front, is what I would guess. Or maybe on this front. They could be coming at me, too. I don't know. But it's less likely they'd be down here right now.
The next death
I don't know, we're about to find out. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, so we'll see if that holds true here. Okay, so do we want Twisted Beyond Recognition? We're not going to be getting Abominations just yet. I think this right here is a pretty easy pick. That's very strong. Cost reduction and extra ammo. Those things have very light ammo, so giving them more ammo would be good. Okay, what do we got going on here? So we could go Weapons Burrow. I think that makes sense to me. We'll get that and then wait on this. Now we're gonna need some anti-large stuff. Okay, so I think the rest of the... Let me go up here. I think the rest of the towns are fine. What is... It's getting iffy, but... We can take the taxes off if we need to. We can hold that for now. It's looking alright. That's fine. Yeah, we really want to not eat that one. Can we afford this? I think so. We're gonna need the public order building down here probably. Yeah, because right now we have military crackdown. That's gonna go away soon enough. Yeah, all that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now this is pretty nice for the clan Moore, like the Moore's clanstone. Okay. If they roll up with an army, I'm out. We are bouncing. This is why I'm trying to scout with the assassin first, so that I don't walk into anything really bad. Alright. Well, this could be interesting. So they dashed over here with something. But because they're in a town, I don't think that you are winded if you're in a town and you dash. I'm pretty sure you're not. You get to start off and have a fresh fight. Okay, please don't be an insane army or we're gonna have to, like, dash away, probably.
Nothing can stop me.
This is forbidden.
What? Horned one command. Stinks like a gracier.
Increased mobility. Oh boy. Okay, so what?
I forbid this.
That's a pretty dang good army. Got Necrosphinx. Now,
We are brave, mighty.
this guy,
A stiff
how
tail.
much plague do we have? We have 1 plague. We probably won't be able to efficiently use plague. We do have Pestilent Birth.
My servant fails me.
These guys are pretty bad against infantry, I think. We have halberds. We have spears. Yeah, we don't have serious halberd units here.
What? On one command.
The Necro Knights are not that great against large units, but the Necropolis Knights with halberds are. So that's going to be really difficult to keep up with. Which ones are good against large and which ones aren't. Now these Sepulchral Stalkers are very good against large. And these are very good against large. I do have a Screaming Skull Catapult. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it has the same thing as the -8 leadership. What do they get out of the garrison here? It's a pretty good garrison. Hekara, Ashopti. I only have one Ashopti. What level is this? He's level 9. Battle skills. Okay, so these guys are probably upgraded. Well, those will definitely beat Clan Rats.
The next Death Master.
These would be pretty good against the Necropolis Knights and such. These could be good against, they have some halberds. 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24. Maybe 24 on 19 if I put my assassin back in here. These are just gonna get mowed down probably by the Tomb Kings. It's close because like these are basically worthless. These 4 are worthless, and I think I can just overrun these by just summoning, you know, just Clan Rats everywhere. Just overrun them. Then the catapults will knock out most of this. Like 2 catapults will probably take out like half of this before they even get to me. It's just a question of the constructs. If they didn't have this Necrosphinx, I would definitely do it. But that thing is going to take a lot of resources to deal with.
All will lower tails to meet me.
I think that's just too scary. Now, if I burrow under and they want to chase me, then they would not get to use this stuff. That would force a 17 on 20 or whatever. Now, I'm pretty sure I can join this army and still be able to burrow under. I'm just worried if I burrow under, then I have to fight him in the underway. I don't think I have any, like, bonuses in the underway per se. It would be a tighter space, so it would be harder for him to flank with this stuff. I'd have an easier time surrounding him with rats. I mean, I might be able to beat him in the underway, and they're going to be clumped up a lot more for my catapults, too.
My faith in your ways.
Our clan will rise. Move your tails.
Okay, I'm just going to run from him.
Kill. Rocketata.
New Moss is relatively undefended, but they have a serious garrison. The sandstone walls. The Legionary Barrage. I don't remember what that is. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to recalibrate this army a little bit. We don't have a ton of gold to upgrade stuff. I hope they don't come out here and take this. Okay, let's go ahead. If I get Queek, Queek could beat that. I'm pretty sure. Queek could definitely beat that, because he has Storm Vermin with halberds. He has a ton of upgrades, you know. I think he can handle that. But my lesser and his the heroes are much more upgraded. It's going to take Queek a couple of turns to run up there because we've had to deal with all these rebellions. But we are starting to get our finances in order here.
Queek fight it all. Scurry away, things. Queek merciful. Consume them. Run, things. Tell all Queek comes. Should kill when get chance.
You get one rocket, which doesn't do a ton of damage. I mean, some is better than none, I guess. Got one sapper, though. It's good for the bombardiers. Alright. So this should fix this problem. Serpent Coast. Go for that. Alright. Public order should be set down here. I'm gonna dash our way back home as fast as we can get there. We still want to eat stuff for food? I think so. Don't have a lot of money buildings yet. Once these finish, we might, you know, reconsider that. I don't know. I guess we can go ahead and reconsider it. Just throw down this for some more public order. Because, yeah, that will be 160 more gold. Yeah, we're starting to need this money. So having an extra 200 or 300 gold is pretty important at this point. Especially in a 3-province place where we're getting multiple, you know, multiple buildings. Okay, technology's all good, I think.
Attend your king. The cross smiles. The creed my will.
Okay.
Submit to your king.
Okay, now we can see everything they can see. So what do they have? They have almost basically nothing. They almost literally have nothing.
Lich priest.
So they are in some. They are pretty much screwed. They just lost their last army somewhere, I guess. But we do get vision of them. These guys were just fighting something over here because they dashed. Maybe they just fought. This guy's last army was maybe over here fighting them. Like right here, maybe? Does it say what turn this was? Turn 98. Yeah, that was 2 turns ago. Battle between... Did it say who it was between? Doesn't tell me who it's between, but I assume this army wiped out this army and then dashed over here is probably the narrative that makes the most sense. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't come down here and start going for Carrick Zorn and stuff. I mean, totally possible that I should be building this up too. I mean, I'm not going to be recruiting a lot of stuff here, probably. So I might as well demolish this and go ahead and start building up a some, you know, extra defenses. Speaking of which, over here, I have one more turn on that.
What you back, Tile?
Need to start getting some D. It's not going to hurt us money-wise. It's just an upfront investment because when you build those garrison things, it still gives you, I think, like 60 or 80 gold per turn. Something like that. all of the Skaven stuff gives you a little bit of gold. So it's not a huge sacrifice in gold. Which is kind of cool, because it makes a lot of the towns really modular. Like, you don't have to feel like you really have to get, like, the treasury building or whatever every time. You can get some different stuff if you need it and still get similar income. There are obviously some optimal things, like the growth warrens and the recruitment place, because those are just the cheapest. Okay, he's running back home. So I think he, like I said, the narrative, I think, is he's getting attacked on his northern front and western front. I don't know why he declared war on me, probably because I took that little territory down there. He didn't like it, but I need that food. Something's getting raised over there. Pathfinder. Okay. Negative growth, 10, okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. Is he's over here sieging this right now. Himry is, so he's definitely has a lot of stuff over there. I don't know what the situation is up there. But, alright. Okay, now we're starting to get a little more extra cash here. How's the food situation's down to -2. So that's good. Definitely want to upgrade this.
To the nest, Barrow.
I might get rid of this Doom Wheel, honestly. Like, I like it. I like the concept of it. I just feel like you're having to work really hard for something that's not as strong. Like, I think I might get rid of at least the Doom Wheel, maybe the Rat Ogres. I'll have to look at the cost and get Help Hit Abominations. Or at least just another Deathglow Bombardier, I think would be more effective at crushing infantry. So that's what this pretty much is it's a charge from the back, crush the infantry. It's not as good as a skirmisher. I thought maybe it would be, you know, it could go out there and harass lines and things, but it's just not fast enough to do that, and it just doesn't have the range or the damage to do that. Hey, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it.
Landscape.
Clan Ashen assassinating.
Do I want to go ahead and take Qatar? I feel like that's kind of a trap.
Skaven
Much more interested in New Mars. Or Numas. Now, that did work pretty well last time, being able to take out the towers. So if I take out the towers, and then I have Deathglow Bombardiers, so I can take out the towers with my artillery, then I have the Deathglow Bombardiers roll up, and just chuck a bunch of their poisons up on the rafters. I think that actually worked out pretty well. So it's kind of like a janky dwarf type of strategy, where you just knock out the towers with your artillery. Oh, the dwarfs proper coming in here. Okay. Greyskin's having some problems up here, huh? Drinkerize. Yeah. Huh. Well, this is an interesting campaign. At 100 turns, I gotta tell you, I'm not really sure who's in power here. Like, I haven't really taken over. Now, some of that was because that really early goof up here on the way to Carrick 8 Peaks. That definitely set us back a little while, but this is certainly one of the more interesting campaigns that I've seen at like 100 turns. So I feel like I have a lot of territory right now, but I definitely do not feel like this game is locked up. I feel like there are a lot of tough fights. I feel like there are a lot of powerful factions still left out there that can keep up with me. I mean, one of the only campaigns where I'm not even in the top 10 yet in terms of, you know, how they measure strength. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Now the thing is, this would give me replenishment. think I just need to just waddle on back home here and just get, upgrade my forces a little bit. Now, I could raid this region. Well, actually, is that a river? It's like a purple river. That means I can't run that way, right? Oh, no, there's a bridge there, okay.
Guide us, Haunted One.
I could run, like, here and raid it. This is my territory of Casa Bor, though. Or wait. No, I'm in his territory right now. It would be nice to raid, but I need to make sure I get in those... Get in there next turn so that I can recruit. So I think that's more important than grabbing a couple of food here. I'm about to finish some more money buildings. Okay, Carrick Zorn. I at least want the level 1. Because that gives you a lot of extra garrison. And gives you Warp Bomb and increased... It's just really good if you're going to get sieged, obviously. Which could happen. I mean, I think at this point, because I have hostiles to the west here, I think it's just foolhardy not to upgrade some of that stuff.
Plan needs new, better rules.
Now that is another question here, because now I have an army back here. Speaking of which, if we're gonna hire, might as well go ahead and do that. But now I have an army back here, so I'm not as scared about it for now. I think having the tier 1 is the right call, but I definitely have to chill for a little bit on that. I just can't afford much more. Okay, that place is making money. Oh. Yeah, I just want to go ahead and scout with this guy while I recruit, just sort of get a feel for what's going on. Okay, so an army from Archon the Black is running this way. Pretty weak army. Need to get the lay of the land here. This place is definitely exploitable. Is that just Tomb Kings? Yeah. See, on my Tomb Kings campaign, I didn't get all these special, like, pretty buildings. I had to, you know, go over here and get none of the cool stuff and just fight this really hard campaign, which is still fun. I may go back and revisit that at some point. Sometimes when I get deep into campaigns, I just feel like I just want to start another one, just start fresh, just for fun. Once it starts to become pretty obvious that I'm going to win. Because I think in most campaigns, the most interesting part is, you know, the first 100 turns are definitely more interesting than the subsequent 100 turns. At least that's my experience with it. I mean, we're getting pretty poor. We may not be able to recruit that much. I mean, maybe I do just go ahead and colonize and take that place just for some money. Be 160 extra gold per turn, although it's 1 extra food to do that, but I could raid. I don't know. I think I can... If I just get a couple of warp cannons and like maybe 1 more Death Globe Bombardier or something in that army, then I think we could siege. I mean, maybe it was a mistake to have so many Storm Vermin in Queek's army, even though I do get 50% off. You know, I can't help but wonder, could I have just done it with Clan Rats? And the Clan Rat upgrades, like I kind of did in the first campaign for a long time. I mean, these are pretty solid. I mean, they're 34, 34. They don't have as much armor. But their melee attack and defense is similar. Sorta. I mean, not really. I guess not really. 34, 34 versus, you know, 49, 44. But these cost 176. Well, these would have only been like 50 though, because I get a huge discount on them. So the Storm Vermin are like 3 times as expensive. I don't know. It is what it is. I did have some tough fights, the Storm Vermin, and I did kind of get my butt kicked really early on in the campaign, so it's kind of understandable, I think, that I would want to make sure that I don't get too overconfident.
What's your back tail?
I'm gonna have to move this up to public order soon. I don't know why we're having such public order issues. Events, food, taxes, tax, I guess.
All tales are mine.
Do I even want one of these? They're very expensive. I just don't think I need that kind of unit right now. That obviously would be really good. I know I need those for sure. To help with the sieges. And how long before I can get the Death Globe? How expensive? The Death Globes aren't that expensive, are they? 250.
No first week. The end of the doom is coming.
I think hiring those and then one Death Globe should probably be sufficient. I want to save the Hell Pit Abomination for Queek's army. I might get an additional Death Globe. I mean, 6 of these. I could get rid of one of these and get one additional Death Globe, I think, next turn.
Chieftains to me.
Okay, so next turn we can grab a couple of Death Globes, and I think that will help us with the siege. Keep the Rat Ogres. They're good at beating down doors, you know, for flanks. Beating down side doors. Okay. It's fine. Alright. Okay.
Night Runner.
There's nothing over there.
Nehekara rises from the sands.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to rotate back down, probably. So we know they have one around the Black Temple of Nagash. We know they have at least one over here sieging this. It looks like Black Temple ran them off, though. Is that... Can't tell if that's just graphics or if they activated their special.
Address me as your highness.
Okay, these guys are getting kind of an army back, which is nice. Okay. Good job, Sadie.
Later, master.
Okay, so what? Those are 350s. That's gonna be 700. 700. That's 1400. So that's just about all of my disposable income. That will give me a bit more sort of prime time fighting here. Let's see. Okay, so nothing going on in the north, it seems.
I order. Scary, move.
Nothing going on in Numos, nothing through here. Now there might still be that one. Now this army got dinged up somewhere. There might still be. There's probably people protecting this temple.
Land of the dead. Attend your king, slaves. Priest king of greatest dynasty.
Okay.
Our trap goes in here.
Now where did this finish? Nest layer. Okay. I do need to put a public order thing there eventually, but I just can't afford it right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this. That's very expensive to upgrade that to the tier 3, but really need food. The tier 2 is... Tier 1's definitely a bargain, and I think tier 2 is a pretty good bargain. Tier 3's pushing it, but sometimes you just gotta go for necessity and not for unnecessarily. Is the most efficient.
Clan rats are not content.
Yeah, think about it this way. In a lot of these towns, you know, I'm paying 200 or 300 gold for 2 food per turn in collateral cost. So if I'm paying like 200 per turn, you'll get that extra 1 food for whatever the cost was. Was it 3,200? That is on the rough side. That means it take like 3,200 turns to pay for itself, or 32 turns to pay for itself. That's just 1 extra food. Definitely iffy. Definitely iffy. But
Betrayal strong.
okay. No other trade partners. My trade is still giving me a lot of gold too. Quite a lot. Yeah, 800. Very important. Okay. And I have all the resources, right? So we've got timber. I know I did that one. Gold. Herbs. Spices. Iron. I haven't done this one yet, but I just can't fit it in there. I don't think. No, there's no way I can get rid of one of these. Alright. Hopefully I'll have enough to switch out the Doom Wheel for an Abomination, and then switch out maybe my Rat Ogre for a Death Globe guy. that's gonna take me down to like 830, probably, in cash.
Clan Moors. Scotty says quick.
But I am reducing some cost also, so by getting rid of the Doom Wheel, which I think I am. I know people like the Doom Wheel. I know it's fun. I'm not sold on it. I just, after trying it in that one battle, its range is too low.
8 beats is mine.
And it just doesn't have enough. It doesn't have enough bite, I don't think. I feel like there are just better ways that you can have sort of flanking units. Like, it feels like its impact on the charge, it just gets too caught up, and maybe it just doesn't, like, have enough weight to it. It just doesn't, like, knock over things in a charge like Rat Ogres do, for example, and it just can't, like, push itself out, and there's just one of them. You know, like, Rat Ogres, there's 16 of those, like, pounding away doing damage. And this really doesn't do that much damage. And its charge bonus isn't even really that brutal. It's a 50 charge bonus. I mean, Rat Ogres have a bigger charge bonus than that. They have a 61. This only does the damage of like 3 Rat Ogres, give or take. 4, maybe. It's way more expensive. The armor is nice, but I think the ability for it to run around and skirmish, which is what I think would be the big deal with it, is just not enough. Okay, so I'm thinking, get rid of this, as much as I love those, and then maybe get rid of the Rat Ogre. I do like the Rat Ogre, but I do think getting an Abomination and then just getting one more Deathglow Bombardier might be good. Just because I think these will be really good on sieges if I knock out the towers. Because they do large spread damage, they can just chuck those things right up on the towers. So, especially against factions that don't have a lot of really powerful archers, I think that could be good. And these guys have a lot of armor too, so, you know, unless it's like the Dark Elves, I think that might be a viable strategy. And even if it is, I can just sit back and just fire these things. I mean, these will still do quite a bit of damage, even to things that... I mean, look at the scaling on that. 92. They get a lot per level up, it looks like. I mean, these things do an extra, what, 28 or something versus large? Yeah, which is good. And that still only takes them up to 81 damage. Right, these do 92 damage. These are still good, and a little more cost efficient. But yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of the Rat Ogres. I mean, I could get rid of the Warpfire Cannon also. It is sort of cute. Maybe I do get rid of this. How much can I hire this turn?
I, mighty warrior champion. Queek.
I could get a Death Runner from down here also on the way, which would provide like some nice shred. This guy just doesn't pull his weight. Not against Tomb Kings. I mean, maybe against the Orcs it's cute, but it's not like as necessary. Like these do the same thing. They just crush infantry. So maybe I'll just get rid of this. Okay, let's check the money here. I know I definitely want one Abomination. 527.
Quick.
Okay. Then we'll get rid of the Warpfire Thrower. I've tried them. I think early game they could be alright against unarmored stuff, but they're just too janky. Like, you have to position them just perfectly. They have line of sight blocking. Half the time they're not firing. It's really easy for them to friendly fire into you.
What?
So I think that guy's out. Those are only 293, which is nice. I'm kind of like, now it's always buyer's remorse. I wish I'd upgraded these. I just don't know what I could have done with Queek to not upgrade those. Because I definitely want the engineering skill. I mean, I could have gotten rid of leader. This was good early on, but it's kind of bad later because I'm not going to get any clan rats. So maybe this was a bad investment early on. I don't know. It's good early. It's just bad later for Queek, just because he gets the discount on these. This is very good on all the other lords because I'm going to have to run clan rats on a lot of other lords most of the time. But on Queek, maybe I should have just skipped it and gone for Blastmaster. Anyways, okay, what else? Do I get rid of rat ogres? I could go for one extra abomination. If I wanted to. That is good against other large units, in theory, as long as they aren't halberd type of units. I think 4 artillery is the right number. I don't want that. So the question is, do I want more Deathglow Bombardiers? I don't want too many of those, though. I feel like 4 of those is probably alright, too. I could just go for more halberds. I think having some kind of, like, large flanking beatdown unit's pretty good, though. I could also go for Plague Monk Sensor Bearers if I want to do that. That could be, like, a decent sort of... They aren't that fast, but you could flank and hit people in the back. Those carve people up pretty good. They have the extra leadership. Now, they don't cause terror or anything, but they have extra leadership. 39 melee attack. I mean, this has 44 melee attack, though. And it's so huge, it's going to take people forever to kill one of these things. Are they fast? They're kind of fast. Maybe let's go for another one of these. I don't know how that matches up against the Necrosphinx. I think the Necrosphinx will beat it. Almost positive the Necrosphinx will beat it, but... Let's have really high leadership. I think I have enough Storm Vermin. Do I want the Death Runners? They can shred armor.
More head skulls.
Let's go for the Abomination. Let's go for 2 Abominations. That'll help me out. Give me some anti-large. The halberds can be pretty helpful there too. And I can put poison attacks on these guys, and that'll lower the damage. Try them out. It's going to be expensive, but this should be a pretty, like, baller primetime army. Those have so much health, though, so... The thing about large monsters like that is they keep their full combat efficiency the entire fight, basically. Like, you know, if you have a stack of halberds, for example, with like 80, you know, 80 halberds, like, it looks like they do a lot more damage in theory, because it's like, oh, you know, there's 160 of these. But then, once half of them die, then they lose half of their efficiency, right? So they lose half of their damage overall. This keeps its full damage and efficiency the entire fight until it runs or dies. So after Enormous, we definitely need to go for Twisted, Twisted Beyond Recognition. And that's where they're kind of different from Rat Ogres too, in that, a little bit different from Rat Ogres because Rat Ogres have really low armor and, you know, they can get picked off pretty easily, whereas this thing can take a beating and not necessarily get picked off as much. Sorry for if you're not into the min-maxing there, but that's just what I have to do while I'm here, just to refresh my army a little bit. I could grab one more Death Runner instead of a Halberdier if I wanted to, but I'm kind of thinking sieges too, you know, like, that's really going to be my most difficult places are sieges, and so I'm trying to build a really good siege army here, as good as I can get it, you know, for the Skaven. Dang, I don't think we had a really good fight this episode. I'll try to see if I can go pick one. We'll see if we can get that siege done. It might run a little long here. We'll see if we can go over there and do that siege. I think with my secondary army, I should be able to do that. Okay, well, we're in another war, but I need this trade agreement with these people, so... I need that money. Oh, my allies declaring war. Sure, whatever. We're already down here fighting. I can't afford to give up that money. That's one of the problems of getting your, doing a military alliance is if your ally declares war, you have to go. Oh, God, what is causing this public order? This events. I think it's just the corrupt. It's just getting too corrupt over there. That does generate 2 extra corruption by getting that food. We should be able to solve that if we have to take the taxes off. I guess we can do that.
This city next ours.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want to upgrade the food thing just yet, but we'll get a slave wheels. I forgot I don't even have that there yet. Do I have the slave wheels in the other place? No, I do not have slave wheels yet. Okay, get slave wheels. Jesus. Can't believe I overlooked that. That's actually going to be a lot of extra money. I think I was just thinking growth and just get to public order, and I just forgot slave wheels. Gotta get those slave wheels going. Okay. So yeah, this episode's gonna run a little long probably because I want to make sure I get a good fight in here. These guys are good to go. Am I gonna be able to run through this? Is there like a little place I can run through? I don't know.
My servant fails me.
I can beat that one though, I think. That's mostly skeletons. I can beat that army. Now, that's gonna be really hard for this garrison though. Like, if they're with the garrison. We can maybe blow them out with, these guys only have so much ammo though. 2 more turns, we have the extra ammo. I might be a little on the tricky side.
Do not betray your king.
Okay, there's that tough army, just killed somebody else.
My dynasty
This guy's getting aggressive with Archon over here, the black.
Find my harem.
Pour that strikes. Rocketata.
Put the assassin back in the army if I have to. It's gonna be so hard. Like with Queek's army, I think we could do it.
Stinks like a gracier.
I forgot I can use Pestilent Breath too and aim it. This guy. We'll get Pestilent Breath upgrade. That's gonna lower the cost by 2, which is pretty nice. It makes it like 6 or something, I think.
Untrusted worm. Poison after.
Charge bonus, probably not that good. Public order might be okay. I think we need to go elusive though. Alright. I think everything's all good. But we're gonna wait on Queek. We might as well colonize that one place. Throw down a growth chamber or something. I hope this episode's not too long. At the same time, you know, I do want a good fight. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, well, they're rolling out on me here. So they want to fight me in the underway. Oh, that's a really cool looking background, like up in the Skaven mines and stuff. That's sweet. I think Vermintide would be a lot of fun, that game. Just the thing is, like, when I'm running the channel, I spend so much time, you know, playing video games for the channel that I don't have time to play video games. Like, I can't play a lot of these games unless it's, like, pretty popular, you're going to get a lot of views. If I already have a, you know, not all about the views, but, like, I have to try to grow the channel, you know? And that's what I think. So that means I have to do mostly League, and then I do some Total War, even though the views aren't as high for Total War. But I just can't play all these other variety games. Or it's a lot harder to do so. Okay. This should be a good fight. Do I need maybe extra, just like 1 menace? It is really interesting. This campaign's so much different from the previous Queek campaign, at least sort of, because food is the big resource here. It wasn't a problem at all in the other campaign because I was near a lot of pastures where Queek had started before, and there were just fights every turn. Like, just rebellions everywhere because everything was constantly getting backdoored and sacked, and so there were just rebellions everywhere, and just high elves constantly coming at me. This campaign, it's been like Tomb Kings and Wizardmen mostly, and food's a really big deal because there aren't as many pastures, and it's a bigger geography, and I just have more towns, so it's a lot harder to cover it. So I think that's cool that the replayability is so different. Okay. Yeah, we fight this. I don't need to flank as much as they do. I mean, flanking with Rat Ogres is nice, but I think we'll just tear them up with our artillery. Maybe I don't even need this. I don't even think I want to use the food on that. So I'm going to have so many uses with my wizard. I think we'll have enough without it. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Sadie? See, we didn't even have to siege them, did we, Sadie? They come to us. I mean, they don't have any constructs. I don't know how they think they win this. I have artillery. I have these poison wind globadiers, warp fire throwers. Like, I have so much anti-infantry.
Spread pestilence.
I don't have my assassin with me, but I think it'll be okay without him.
Rick-a-rock! Clan rat spears!
Some faction got some crazy buffs in the underway. I don't remember which faction that was. Was it? It was like Beastmen or Elves. I can't remember.
Ready now for the vermin tide.
Maybe it was the Beastmen. If you fight on the Beast Paths, it was just like crazy. Alright. Make these guys sort of our flankers. Make them different flankers, I guess. I have to manually control those dudes. Remember, we want the Plague Monks to get around the sides because they're not good, like, up front fighters, but they can definitely carve people up. Actually, I want this guy back here. Okay, let me actually arrange this a little bit differently. I could maximize this. So they don't get in each other's way too much there.
Warlock engineer.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, how far? Okay, they're gonna come at me. I don't know what reload skill means, but I assume that's probably 20% faster reload. Yeah. So because they're attacker, they are the aggressor, they have to actually attack. Which is nice. And he almost has his pestilent thing or whatever. Man, I really want to go back. I know I say this like almost every other episode, but oh, this looks so cool. Go play Shadow of the Horned Rat. I wish they would just remaster that with just like, even just like PlayStation 2 graphics or something, you know, just like remaster it with really low graphics. They've done that with some of the Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy IV. I was very tempted to go back and replay that, but I was like, you know what, that's going to take me like 50 to 100 hours to do that. I'm probably going to get like 50 views for it. You know, so once again, I would love to do it, but I can't. Maybe when my daughter gets a bit older, she's into some games and stuff like that, that would give me an excuse to be like, oh yeah, I'm spending time with my daughter. Which it would be that too, but it would also be a nice justification for me to, you know, play some non-Warhammer, non-League games. I know Talith on the channel has, you know, said I should play some other stuff, just for fun. But that's just the nature of the beast, you know, if you want to run a YouTube channel, like, it really is like a job. If you really want it to grow, and I really, you know, I'm not doing it all for the money, but it's really nice given sort of the terrible state of American education and universities that I do need that supplemental income. So, even though it's not a ton, it's nice.
Forward or backward? Our tail's yours!
Speed this up a little bit here. Okay. Now, what do I need to target out there? Tomb Guard. Okay, perfect. They're setting them up for me. How close are we getting? I'm getting pretty close on these. I want to wait till they're all in range. I guess I can throw these guys up front a little bit here. Just to let them fire. I gotta watch out for the horses, which are on this side. Okay. So we actually don't want to go out too far.
Forward, backwards.
Now these have horses too? No. Anti-large. Okay, so these guys I want over here on these horses.
What orders?
As soon as they all get within range, I'm gonna do my thing with this dude. Once they fire around.
Unleash more power. Break fight, fight! Die, die! Yes, yes, yes!
I'll go ahead and summon these up here just to stall them a little bit. Wow, they fire a lot faster with that 20% reload skill or whatever. Wait, how did he die?
Our tails, yours! Like cast. Fight the caster. Die, die, die! Die, die, die! Bombardiers!
Wait, where's this guy? Get this chariot who's like tearing up my stuff.
Now, yes! Yes, yes! Consoles, come on! Be ready, yes, yes! Let's win! Stop and go! Time comes! Law of pestilence! We move, moving! Yes, master, scurry! Skaven! Yes, yes! Globadiers! Hasten, hurry! Voila! Raki Dada! March, scurry, yes! For the Valentine! Follow Fiora!
Where's the ward guy? Oh, there he is. Oh, that is the ward on the chariot, okay.
Slide now fast! Scamper, go! Scamper, come back! Them, die, die! Quick, quick! Fight, attack! Skype, yes, yes! What? Murder, kill, go! Scamper, go! Run, guys! Like cast. What orders? Attack! Attack! Stay, things! Rakate, rakata! Drop lightning cannon! Rocket charges! Stay, stabber!
Wait, why can't we just fire on these guys? Alright, then we got him. Dang it, no. This guy's like killing my artillery now. Oh no, he's trying to kill my, okay. Hell, there's no way I lose this, right? These guys are out of ammo. Where's their lord? Did I kill him? Oh no, there he is, Get him, get him. Right there, get this clown.
Now, yes! Now tail's yours! Guide us, horned one! Play claw catapult! Now go! We obey! For the Vermintide! Boom, boom!
Yeah, they're trying to take out my artillery. This is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. My boy rallied over here.
Keep moving.
Legit, why are they not all running yet? All they have is a chariot.
Get them! Fight! Fight! Quick, quick! Counselor's command! Yes, yes!
Oof. Jeez. Yeah, that was closer than I thought. Those clan rats really got kind of bulldozed up front. I thought they'd be able to handle these things, especially because, like, these the artillery killed so much. These things killed a ton, too. They run out of ammo pretty quickly, but I'm about to get 25% more ammo with them, so that's good. But, yeah... I kind of wishing that I got upgraded the Death Globe guys a little bit more, because they did a lot of work. Rather than the clan rats. I mean, I guess especially because the clan rat stuff is nothing defensive, I don't think. It's just... It's like charge bonus and melee attack, which really doesn't matter that much. These guys are just supposed to be defensive and just sit there and hold the line, so... In retrospect, I should have upgraded the Death Globe Bombardiers earlier, because these things really, like, I knew they were good, but I'm remembering why they're so good. They're so much better than what part they are. This dude killed 6 people. They just don't have the arcing shot. They have a lot of positionality problems. Just the AI is really squirrely with them. These guys are alright, you know, they're pretty good against large things, but these are just way, way better. And they're pretty cheap, too. They're only 250 for, like, a tier 5, you know, just infantry massacring unit, which, pretty good against large, too. I mean, huge penetrating damage, you know, almost like 100 damage per globe. And then these, with that dude's, like, 20% reload or whatever, Holy crap. These things were just freaking machine gunning them down. I think it is 20% faster fire rate.
Good, good. More power.
Alright, well that was good. I mean, that was a good fight we were working for. I thought there was no way we could lose, and I was getting scared there for a little bit. I was like, for real? How are they not? It's that legendary leadership, man. They just will not run. Get him, homie. I really don't need a lot of that territory down there. It would be nice to get it, but the Skaven don't need it because it costs you food, so you really don't want an insane amount of stuff unless it has really important resources, right? Unless it has food on it, or like a gold mine, or just some kind of special landmark building. You know, I don't need all this desert crap. It would be nice to have it, but Skaven are really a faction. This is what I thought about when I first started considering doing Mortal Empires of Queek, is you have to take so much territory, but the food makes it really hard to do that. Because it's such a scarce resource, and, you know, there's only so many people you can kill every turn. You have to keep killing, or you run out of food. I mean, I guess you can do the, 1600 for one food. Is that worth? We'll figure it out next turn. I think it's probably worth to upgrade it one more time. And then drop in a public order building. Like I said, I kind of like having the Untainted here. These guys, like, in my province, because that gives me public order, basically. Crush that. These guys, I don't know if they'll be able to take springs. I kind of don't want them to take springs, but yeah, they're going to take it. I don't really need Numas. What's that Black Pyramid? It's its own province. I don't know what you get for that. It's pretty insane. I remember in the original game, you got like plus... I don't remember what it was. It's like plus 15 winds of magic for each army or something like that. It was something crazy. It was pretty good. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.